Hello, beautiful souls. It's Anna T. Brooks, your Soul Purpose Activator, and welcome to this week's weekly energy oracle card reading for this week, the 19th to the 25th of August, 2024. Hello, hello. Make sure you say hello when you jump on. Drop a comment, drop a like, subscribe if you're watching this on Facebook or on YouTube. I always love to hear from you and hear how you're going and how you're feeling about this week. So as always, let's jump straight in. This is going to be a weekly oracle card reading for the week ahead for the energies that are going on. I love to use my Work Your Light oracle card deck by Rebecca Campbell. This is the main one that I will be using to pull 3 cards, and this is going to give you the energy for the week from a mind, body, and soul perspective. So we're looking at all 3 areas. I then have our bonus deck for this week, which I've chosen as the Secret Language of Light oracle card deck by Denise, Jarvie. And this is one where I will be pulling 2 cards at the end. You'll get to tune in and see which one you feel more pulled to. And this is like an extra bonus message for you specifically this week. So before I jump in and start pulling the cards, I also like to give you a bit of a instinct around my own intuitive messages and things that I'm feeling coming through for this week. And it's been very strange. There's 2 things that have come through that are very random. Usually I get a bit of a inkling about the kind of energy. This is very specific. So the first thing is that for some of you, for many of you this week, I feel like there's going to be something that you are going to change your mind around, change your approach, change your process, just something that is going to look very different by the end of the week based on your choices than what you thought at the start of the week. And especially compared to the past few weeks, maybe going through July and into the end of July, something that you've been working on or working towards or thinking about or moving towards. I feel like for a lot of you this week, there's going to be something where you're just going to change your mind around it. And it's going to be quite significant. It could be quite surprising to a lot of people because it could seem like you were going one way and now suddenly you're going the opposite way. But it's going to feel really, really right for you. And I feel like this is because there's going to be some sort of new information that comes to light, or something is going to really just land with you. You're just going to connect with yourself a little bit deeper. And because of that, I feel like for some of you this week, there's going to be something that you're going to change your mind around, change your approach in a very significant way. So that's the first thing that's coming through. I'd love to hear if this is something that you're interested in or that like you're already wondering what that could be about. And the second thing, and this feels very specific, it might not be for many people, but for some reason Spirit did drop this in for me before. It's very, very unique, very small, minuscule thing. And that is, I feel like for some of you, when you make choices this week, when you have something come up, Spirit is telling me to pass on to you, choose the even number. And it's kind of giving me, those vibes of like when you're, turning up the volume on the TV or the radio or whatever it is, and you're looking at the numbers and like how some of us have a tendency to always want to leave it on like a double, like on an even number. It has to be like 2 or 4 or 6 or 8 or something. Unless it's like a multiple of 5, then it has to be like 10 or 15 or 20 is fine. It's kind of giving that sort of energy. Like there's something for some of you this week that you're thinking about, that you're trying to make a decision around, that you're trying to kind of, there's something to do with you having to decide on a specific number of something. And it's telling you, go for the even one. So like I said, this is going to be something very specific to probably, I don't know, maybe one person, I don't know, but that's just what Spirit told me to say. So here we are. So that's just a very, very specific intuitive hit that's come through. So without further ado, let's jump in and see what the cards have in store. And as always, let me know how you're feeling. Let me know what you're feeling coming through and if this is resonating with you as we go along. Whether you're watching this live or the replay, I always love to hear from you. So we've got our Work Your Light oracle card deck here. I have already taken the time to shuffle before going and recording this. So I'm going to start just shuffling now and seeing what comes out for mind, body, and soul. So for the weekly energies, 19th to 25th of August, mind, what is coming through? Oop, okay, cool. Got the first one. Let's see body now. What is coming through for body for this week? 19th to 25th of August, 2024. Oop. Oh, I love them. They're all flipping around this time. Okay, and soul. Let's see what soul has to say. And I do apologize if you are saying hello while I'm recording this live. Sometimes Meta does not like to show me comments, so that may be happening as well. I'm not ignoring you, I promise. Okay, we have our 3 cards. So that's interesting. The first 2 flipped around. It was almost like a bit of a surprise, like, huh. So it'd be interesting to see what the cards are. Okay, so for mine, so this is more of the conscious energies. This is what is going on in you're going to be thinking about, you're going to be aware of, things that are kind of quiet, going to be top of mind this week for you. So, we have boundaries. Boundaries. There's the image underneath. It says, where do you need to establish better boundaries? So this is pretty straightforward, I would say. This is something that you're going to be thinking about this week. There might be a situation that you've been going through that you're trying to think about, what are my boundaries here? What kind of ways do I need to set some boundaries? What kind of ways do I need to instill boundaries or even hold boundaries? These can be physical, obviously. So in terms of the way that you actually just communicate with others, or even with yourself, right? That we can set boundaries with ourselves when we've kind of had enough of our own shit. So whether it's physical boundaries that you're actually thinking about setting, it can be energetic boundaries as well, right? So it could be you taking stock of the kind of energy that you're attracting, the kind of situations, the kind of way that you're feeling on a daily basis, and therefore how it's sort of attracting certain people and certain experiences into your life. And it could be you thinking about, okay, I need to reset my own energy. I need to reset my own energetic boundaries so that not only am I able to hold boundaries when someone does want to push them or cross them, and I know what feels good for me, but also ahead of time I can also work on my energetic boundaries and on how I actually vibrate, the frequency that I give out, so therefore what it is that I'm attracting. And this is more of a latent boundary. You know, this is something that takes practice and takes time. You've got to change your energetic field and then actually see results in the real world. However, this is by far the most powerful, right? Because if you can literally let your energy speak before you even say a word, before you even enter a room, it is going to take care of like 99% of any issues that you have, that you then have to deal with in terms of actually setting people straight, so to speak, right? If you actually have that energetic boundary in the first place and people are just can feel that this is not something that you're going to accept if they push on this, you're going to just, it's like solving the problem before there even is one. So this is something that you're going to be thinking about this week. This is something that's going to be coming up. There might be situations that come up that kind of trigger you to think of this and to reevaluate and rethink your boundaries this week. All right, card number 2, let's have a look. So this is for the body. So this is more for the physical, tangible 3D world. What's happening? What are you going to actually see happening in your energy, in your body and in your physical surroundings this week? We have leap. We have some strong cards this week. There is a lot of strong energy. So this is leap, and underneath it says, you go first, the universe will catch you. I'm liking these. So this is telling me, just before I jump into this specific card, this is telling me that this week, this is a strong week. There is going to be some really strong energy that's going to be happening. You're going to probably be feeling quite energized, quite intense at times. This feels like there's a lot of energy going on. So with the leap energy, so with this one for the body, oh, hey, Katie, it is a gorgeous message, isn't it? So with the leap energy, this is telling me that this week you are going to feel that pull to leap, right? You are going to feel something about something actually tangible that you want to do. So because this is in the body, in the tangible kind of position for our reading this week, this is telling me that you're not just going to be thinking about wanting to make a leap or thinking about something you want to change. You are actually going to feel pulled to do so. And if you do so, you're working with the energy this week. So do not hesitate. Do not talk yourself out of it when you feel that coming through and you feel like there's something that you're like, yes, this is what I need to move forward to. This is something that's pulling me. This is something that might be a bit scary and I feel like I'm kind of flying out by the seat of my pants or whatever. Do it anyway, right? Because if you trust that the universe is going to catch you, it will. But if you pull yourself back this week, you're going to be completely working against the energy, and who knows when your next opportunity to leap in this sort of energy vibe is going to come up, right? We always get more opportunities. You're never missing out on anything. Don't let anyone scare you into thinking that, you only have one opportunity in life and that's it. You don't. There will be more. Universe will always set things up for you. But this week, like I said, I love to talk about what are the opportunities for you this week. This week is definitely an opportunity to take that leap, to make that change, to make that decision, to have that conversation, to whatever it is you want to do, take that leap and trust the universe is going to catch you. Take those tangible steps this week because it will work with the energy and you will get the best result from it. Okay, third card. So this is for the soul. So this is now we're going more into the underlying energy. So this is a little bit more subtle. This is kind of what's coming up within you. You may be aware of it if you tune in a lot. If you don't, if you don't kind of pay attention to your inner world too much, you might not even notice this, but at least you're going to be aware of it from this reading. So this is what's going on underneath this week. Ooh, okay. We have Imrama. And underneath it says, where are you being called to journey to? Now, I don't normally do this, but I'm actually feeling pulled to get I don't normally use the, what do you call it? The actual book from this, but for this one, I am actually feeling pulled to get a little bit more of a message from this one specifically. So, this one doesn't come up very often, so this is interesting. So where are you being called to journey to? The Celtic word Imrama means a journey of the soul, a voyage on which we don't know where we are going, but our soul knows the way. If you pulled this card, you're either being called on a soul journey or are already on one. It could be to a physical ancient place or metaphoric. When we journey to places that our soul remembers, a shift takes place, both within us and the planet as well. You're being called to journey to a place that is sacred to your soul. So I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I just wanted to read that part out so you understand what the word actually means. Because what I'm very much feeling is that this, in the context of the rest of the reading, with boundaries as the mindset card and then leap as the physical, as the tangible body card for this week, underneath all of this, you are doing this as a result of the soul journey you're on. You are doing this as a result of the activation of who you came here to be. So the boundaries that you're feeling pulled to set, right? These are all a reflection of this. This is what's going on underneath. You're feeling that realization of this is no longer good enough for me. This is no longer what I will settle for. Same thing with the leap card and in the physical, in the body card. This week, what you are feeling pulled into leap into, to make that change, to do that thing that's scaring you or that you've been putting off, it is because it is part of your journey. It is something that is so ingrained and activated within you that if you listen to it, this is what's guiding you. This is that underlying energy. And Katie says, I just did that. What an incredible validating card. Woo! Love that. Love that. Okay, perfect. So that is the reading for this week. Like I said, some very powerful cards coming through this week. So I'm feeling a lot of intense energy, and yeah, and also for what I said at the beginning, if you jumped in later on and you're watching the live and you want to go back, definitely watch the start of it with those specific messages that I had come through, because there might be something extra in there for you as well. All right, so this is the energy for this week, and now I'm just going to jump into the bonus cards. So this week I have chosen The Secret Language of Light. Whoop, there we go. You can see it better there, by Denise, Jarvie. This is probably one of my absolute favorite decks. I mean, I love obviously the Work Your Light deck because I use it every week, but this is just really good for this type of reading. But this one, it has a hold on my soul, and you will see why when you see some of the images. I'll quickly show you actually. So they are just stunning. Like, they are activation, light language activation, just in the images. They are absolutely stunning. Actually, I'll pop the link in as well for, in my YouTube channel, I do have where I actually show a lot of my Oracle card decks, and I go through them and I show you the pictures. I explain how they work really well. This is one of the ones that I've done a breakdown on, so I'll pop the link in and I'll tag that as well for you. But let's jump in. So I'm going to pull 2 cards from this deck. So you're going to get to tune in. This is where you get to use your own intuition, your own guidance to see what message is coming through for you, to see if it's card 1 or card number 2 that you feel pulled to. So again, I have already pre-shuffled the cards. So now I am going to go and see what 2 cards come out. What extra messages do we have? Oh, okay, that one fell out. That one clearly wants to come. And number 2. second one's taking a little longer. That's okay. This is how I like to pull cards. I don't tend to draw them too often. I let them come out, but sometimes I will if that's just how they're speaking. So I'll give it one more shuffle. Oh, nope, that one wanted to come out. I felt that one. Okay, beautiful. We have our 2 cards. Hello, Kieran. This is so perfectly accurate for what I've been feeling and experiencing lately. Thank you so much for showing up on my feed. You're very welcome. I'm always so happy to connect with everyone. So this is beautiful. Thank you for joining. Okay, so we have our 2 cards for the bonus reading from the Secret Language of Light Oracle deck. Take a moment, ground yourself, whatever you need to do, take a deep breath just to feel into your body. I'm going to pull the 2 cards up one at a time, so backwards, so you can't see what they are, and see which one pulls to you. So card number 1. This is card number 1. Take a moment, feel if this one is drawing you in. This is card number 1. And card number 2. If you feel pulled more so to card number 2. This is card number 2. All right, let's do the reveal. So first one, if you chose card number 1, and let me know in the comments as well. Let me know which card you chose. I'm always curious. So we have number 11, remembrance. Now I wish that the camera could pick up on exactly how beautiful this image is. It is like how intricate it is. It is absolutely crazy. It's such a beautiful deck. Remembrance. And I am going to read from the book for these ones because it's so beautiful, the messages here. So 11, remembrance. Recall your soul truth. You are ready to live your life from the wisdom of your heart. You may have been citing 1111 as a reflection of this. If not, you can expect to be receiving this sign soon. You may see it on a clock, a phone number, a receipt, or in a dream. With this wisdom, fresh and innovative ideas will flow into your mind as new ways to live your life. No one else has to change their ways, only you. Live from your heart, be an inspiration, and discover a new world. Some call 1111 an awakening code. You must have awoken on some level to receive it. It is a sign that you are much more than you think you are. 1111 has many different explanations because we are all asking different questions. There is no right or wrong meaning, but at the heart of 1111 is a loving, intelligent energy that will always encourage you towards your soul, where you will remember the truth of you. Ooh, I feel like this is such a extension of the reading this week, especially that last card for the soul, like coming back to, we had the Imrama card and now we've got remembrance, coming back to your soul truth and your soul journey. For some of you, if you chose this card especially, this is going to be such a focus for you this week. You're going to really feel that internal pull. And I love, there was one sentence that really stood out that I want to say again, which is no one else has to change their ways, only you. I feel like that's a reminder in regards to that boundaries card. Boundaries are for you, not for anyone else, right? No one else has to change, only you have to change, and then everybody else is going to change as a result of your energetic change, as well as the boundaries that you put in place for you, right? You're not asking them to change, you're asking yourself to hold a different boundary for yourself, right? Karen says, I chose card 1. Awesome. So that was your card if you chose card number 1. And card number 2, let's see what we have if you chose card 2 instead. Ooh, okay. The next one up, number 12. So we've gone from 11. This one's 12. And it is whispers. So some of them are like lengthways. Some of them are long, horizontal, as you can see. Again, I wish that the camera could pick up exactly how much detail is in this. It is crazy. So this is whispers. And let's read what this card says for you if you chose card number 2. And it's interesting that this card came up as well. The first one kind of flew out, the number 11, the remembrance card kind of flew out, whereas this one, it took a while and then I had to feel into it. So I feel like this is more of a subtle energy for those of you that chose this card. It says, tune into your soul voice. Your mind and heart are expanding to hear your soul whispers. You are or will soon find it easier to interpret and understand the vibes of your soul through how you feel. Open the door to soul whispers by feeling appreciative. Close the door by feeling judgmental. The messages are always there, even if you are not receiving them. Practice feeling soul vibes to clarify your intuition and psychic senses. Just like we know a dog can hear sounds, we can't, your intuition interprets waves and impulses outside of your conscious awareness. This card is also prompting you to take notice of your dreams. When you are asleep, you cease conscious thought and resistance, making it easier for you to receive soul transmissions. If you embrace the messages that come through your dreams, you will invite more of the same. If you don't like a dream, see it as a sign to shift your focus or change a belief. So this feels more of a sort of a little bit more subtle energy, but that part about the messages are always there, even if you are not receiving them. So this feels more like a reminder to practice this a little bit more if you are having trouble sometimes tuning in with your intuition, or you're not even sure how that works some of the time. It is a practice, it is a process, and know that the universe is, the way that your intuition works is not going to be in a way that makes sense, right? That's exactly why it's intuitive, because it's able to tune into frequencies outside of your conscious mind, outside of what you understand and know and can make logical sense of. And that's why it can be tricky, because our mind is always going to try to make sense of something. And if it can't, it'll think that it's not legitimate, right? But that's exactly where the intuition power does lie. So that's the extra messages for you, depending which one you chose. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Like I said, I will pop the links in both on Facebook and on the YouTube channel. Make sure if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, go do that. But I am going to pop the link in for that specific video where I do actually break down this deck a little bit more, so you can see more of the cards and how this deck works, because it's such a beautiful one. So if you're interested, I'll pop that link in. And yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to pop them in. I always do check back. And if you have any requests or any questions around working with me, around getting energetic readings or coaching as well, where we work a lot more closely with your energy, so you get readings as well as guidance, as well as everything else, feel free to send me a message. We can have a chat, see what would be working best for you, and we can take it from there. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Have a beautiful week. It sounds like a very powerful one in store for us, and sending you so much love. I'll see you next week. Mwah.